Thanks for staying with us. Some more state news. The Kudankulam nuclear reactors in Tamil Nadu have been at the center of an intense controversy, with claims and counterclaims being made on how safe they are. Work at the twin nuclear reactors has been stalled for the last 1 month due to an agitation by locals who are demanding that they be shut down. In rare access given to NDTV's science editor Pallava Bagla, he travelled into the very heart of these Russian-made reactors to bring you this exclusive report with never-seen-before images. He also did a straw poll at the protest site. For these very revealing answers, even India's nuclear watchdog is demanding additional defence in depth.
Touted as being among the safest reactors in the world, these two huge domes are part of what some would call modern temples of India, and others would describe them as evil structures. Between them, they will house over 200 tons of enriched uranium to power homes in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala and Puducherry. But things have not gone according to plan. The secrecy at these plants and a series of communication errors have made people fear that something is amiss at the nuclear reactor. We posed that question to the head of the facility, who is apologetic, but only as an afterthought.
We really feel sorry that we could not communicate to them when we were trying to do this test. And we will definitely take this as a learning point for us.
But how representative are the protests? A massive agitation is supposed to be happening at Idantikarai village near the nuclear plant, where hundreds and thousands are supposed to be agitating every day for the last 1 month, sitting on a relay hunger fast from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. NDTV did a straw poll at the protest site near the local church. I am at what is considered the ground zero for the nuclear protests against Kudankulam. As you can see, there is almost no support and there are no agitators in this particular place. We came here unannounced and it seems to have had its effect. There are hardly any protesters and there are hardly any agitators. But when you ask the locals if they want the nuclear reactors in their backyards, NDTV took a closer look at the several safety features in the reactor itself. To prevent radiation leaks, the fuel is enclosed in a steel vessel covered with 2 hermetically sealed concrete walls, which are some 1.2 meters thick. For emergencies, there are several other backup safety systems. Where I am standing, ultimately below me would be almost 100 tons of enriched uranium. That uranium which will be used to generate 1000 megawatts of energy. In case the reactor has to be shut down, these rods which you see down below are the rods which will kick in first. They will drop down and go into the reactor vessel and stop the fission reaction, which means the atomic reaction will stop, and then the cooling can start. What if there is a loss of power to the reactors like a situation in Fukushima? A 400% backup has been given through 4 separate diesel generator sets. One is enough, but the idea was not to take any chances. The NDTV team also got access to a special passive cooling system demanded by India for safety. NDTV climbed up into the singular system installed for safety that needs no power to cool the reactors. Experts say the Kudankulam nuclear reactor is unique in the world. Unique because it has a passive cooling system. A cooling system which just depends on air and gravity. What you see here in this mesh are windows which will suck in air in case there is a loss in power. Meaning if there is a station blackout or if there is loss of electricity like what happened at Fukushima, if that does not have to happen, what you need is a passive cooling system. Air is sucked in from here and then taken straight up into those little tubes up there. Those tubes carry the steam from the nuclear reactor and keep it cooling down. It doesn't require electricity. It doesn't require human intervention. This cooling system will continue simply because the air will be there and the gravity is unlikely to fail. At Fukushima, There were a series of explosions in the reactors which were caused because hydrogen formed within the reactors exploded. At Kudankulam, special hydrogen eliminators have been deployed. So will Kudankulam also witness similar explosions?
No, definitely no. They will absorb this hydrogen and convert it to water. So whatever we have seen in the Fukushima wherein hydrogen got exploded, the situation will never arise here at all at Kudankulam.
In an unlikely event when all these multi-layered safety systems fail, the plant is equipped with a special core catcher located below the reactor, which will arrest the melted core from leaking into the ground. These large reactors, made at a cost of rupees 13,700 crores, are situated very close to the sea, and so are they prone to tsunamis and earthquakes. Is the Kudankulam nuclear reactor safe from the sea in case of a tsunami? The reactor is situated 6.5 meters higher than the highest wave seen in the tsunami in 2004. From that perspective, experts say it is safe. From the seismic perspective, it is situated in seismic zone 2, which is the least prone to earthquakes. And the nuclear reactor can withstand a high magnitude earthquake because of its structure and its concrete. In Kudankulam, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
Quite an interesting and a comprehensive report there from the heart of a very controversial nuclear reactor. On to some more national news. With 120 flights grounded and 7,000 crores worth of debt, Kingfisher Airlines woes only seem to be growing. Finding itself in deep financial trouble, the airline has turned to the government for help and asked for concessions to rescue it, but it seems unlikely that the government will extend any direct help. The airline's boss, Vijay Mallya, has made a strong statement on the crisis his airline is facing, and he's tweeted, in fact, saying, "Is it Kingfisher's duty to fly on loss-making routes when state governments tax heavily, or should we be financially prudent and fly profitably? Every government has gone out of its way to support airlines and connectivity in India. Airlines are overtaxed and overcharged. Wonder why?" Meanwhile, the Civil Aviation Minister has said he has discussed Kingfisher's demand for concessions with the Finance Minister and hopes banks will help. But government sources have told NDTV, and I quote, "We won't directly intervene, let the companies decide," unquote. But in fact, this morning, Aviation Minister Vaila Ravi refused to speak on the Kingfisher crisis and was rather tight-lipped about the issue. Not going to speak on it.
I cannot speak on it. Whatever I said yesterday, I cannot make it a real subject. You talk to Malaya, that's better.
But in news just coming in fact, the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, has reacted saying that we must find a way to in fact find a solution to the Kingfisher airline crisis. So let's hope that is taken up soon enough. Now, as the government continues to be under fire for the fourth petrol price hike this year and struggling to bring down the prices, government sources have told NDTV that there will not be any hike in the price of diesel in the near future. Top government sources say it's a politically difficult situation as several states are going to polls in the coming year, and a diesel price hike usually pushes up prices of food items, especially vegetables and fruits, as the transportation costs go up. Now, in the run-up to Children's Day being observed on Monday, the School of Success Group has launched a leadership program for children where the kids were led, in fact, through interactive stories. This was a combined program with parents, which included workshops in theatre, puppetry, acting and interactions with inspiring professionals on topics like healthy eating, peer pressure, focus, commitment, communication and public speaking, but all in a fun-filled manner, as you can see. In just a programming reminder, do tune in to Corridors of Power, where Sanjay Pinto this week is in conversation with the Zonal Director of the Narcotics Control Bureau, Mr. Davidson Devasirvathan. This program, in fact, comes to you next after this bulletin and repeats tomorrow as well at 9:30 p.m. And that's all of the news tonight here on NDTV Hindu. Have a pleasant weekend. Good night.